you say to God if he sneezed? What would God say to you before you died? I've had moments in my life to question some of these answers. You can think of me as something like a cat with 9 lives. I was given this rosary after what I thought was my last straw. About a year ago, my grandpa died and I inherited a Subaru Outback. I was like, all right, I'll roll with it. About 6 months ago, I ran off the side of the road and flipped the car 3 times. I woke up unconscious in the back seat of the car with my seatbelt on. I still question on how I ended up in the back seat of the car with my seatbelt on when I was the driver. I woke up in the hospital and still unsure of why I was here. I knew it was because of my grandpa, that he saved my life and somehow put me back there miraculously. I was pretty scared and alone when I was in the hospital. My parents were out of town, and the only person who I knew was home was my little brother, and I didn't have his phone number. But for some reason, I came up with the numbers, and I asked the nurse if I could use her phone, and I was like, I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to dial and see if it's my brother. And sure enough, I hear my brother's voice at the other end, and it took me back because, okay, so I'm waiting for my brother at the hospital, and a nurse comes in and asks if she was like a nurse nun, and asked if she could say a prayer for me, and I said sure. And I asked her if she had a rosary, and she said she didn't, but she would come back with one. And she never came back. Soon my brother showed up, and he was like, oh my God, Christina, you're crazy. Like, he whispered in my ear and kissed me on my forehead. And he slowly started to assess all the parts of my body that were damaged. I ended up splitting my head open, and they had to staple it all up. What meant most to me was my brother telling me how much he loved me, because I never knew I never felt that sort of emotion for him than I did that day. I know God has something in store for me now, and that is